Hey, welcome to episode 3. You guys made it back. I appreciate it. First of all, as you can see, is from the beginning of this video, things are going to be a little different today. Um, yes, there's lots of ums, and there may be hmms, and I don't know, and the thes. But the point of this video is to answer that question. Why am I doing it? Why do it? Why do any of us do this? I mean, the only way to answer that is to ask yourself that question. Does it really mean anything? Do I plan to make millions of dollars by doing this? No, no, not at all. But if you look at the beginning of this video, it starts off with a representation of a creator of some kind, allowing itself to transform into basically everything. Everything that we've seen, everything that we know, everything we can't even comprehend. So, why do this? What's the point of this? What's the point of the podcast? Well, for many of you, I want you to, just take a time out and be aware of your surroundings. I mean, really be aware of your surroundings where you're at right now. If you're at home, look to your right and left, or you're with your families, your wife, your kids. If you're out working, surrounded by your coworkers, or even out driving, maybe getting some food or something in a drive-through, and you look around, you see these individuals. Every single one of them, in their own way, or not in their own way, but in their way, they have their own lives, their own perspectives, their own beliefs, and their own way of thinking. Now, for a lot of you, you have the fortunate blessings of marriage, children, and you've created a very fruitful and very positive thing, very positive life. And for that, I'm extremely happy for all of you who do. But in my case, okay, I have made choices, conscious choices. And those choices have brought me to where I am today. I'm just a single man, no children. So there are several several things that I'm sure I could pass down to children's, friends' kids, or you know. But anyway, that's not the point of this. And no, I'm not depressed. I'm not doing this out of depression or ego or trying to make millions of dollars. Being realistic, being a man of my age, it is more than likely that I will remain a single man until it is my time to pass. Which, if that's the case, then that is the case. I accept it. Also, there is a perspective that I have that I personally feel is unique. And I think there are a lot of friends and a lot of people out there that may or may not see the point of view as beneficial. And if it is, um, I am glad to have been able to provide some insight on some things and some topics. And the one word that actually can describe the reason for all this is actually legacy. A lot of you know that I'm a very big uh, movie fan, fantasy like, dragons and knights, and more or less a space cadet as well. And when you look at the vastness and the depth, just everything that we know and we don't know, we we as a individual or as a species are nothing. We are absolutely nothing in the meaning of time. And one day, we all are going to face our ends. And I'll just say in the last few years, what I've witnessed was horrible, but yet incredibly fascinating. Just amazes me of what our will can accomplish and our just innate instincts will push our body to do. And, and the horrible aspect of it is for like ourselves and our families who witness it and are there by the bedsides, seeing seeing the physical body fade away, but knowing that as you're there comforting and speaking to them, if you pay close enough attention, they all still hear you. So yes, um, so as so many of us out there actually witness what we witness, in the process, there are so many people out there that when they see this, I believe a lot of that pain is not for the individual that's passing. I'm pretty sure that pain is more or less for the individual who's in mourning. And I think it's a reflection on themselves and how they look at mortality. Because eventually, we all end up in that same spot. This is a this is going to be an odd perspective for some of you. You may not want to listen to this part prior to going to sleep tonight, but at night, when we ready ourselves for bed and we're tired and thinking to ourselves, man, I really can't wait to get to bed. As soon as you get into that bed with all those fresh sheets and fluffy pillows, and the sheets are nice and cool, but that comforter is so warm and it feels great. And you curl up in there and you're trying to relax, clearing that mind. Then eventually, the sleep finds us. We fall into that slumber. We may dream. Well, they say we dream every night, but we may dream, we may remember them the next day. Some might not. Now, when you fall into that unconscious state, into that dream state, it almost feels like an instant. When that alarm goes off the next day and you're waking up, you're all groggy, thinking, man, I could use another half hour. Just give me another half hour. Yeah, I'll be good. Just give me another half hour. And you hit that snooze and you're right back out. It's like as soon as you close those eyes, that alarm's going back off. Now think about that. That's just an 8 hour, maybe if you're lucky, get 8 hours of sleep. But most of us, between 4 and 6 every day. There's going to come a time when we begin to shut down. We start sleeping longer. It goes from 8 hours a day to 10 hours a day. Next thing you know, it's 12 or 13. But your body's doing it because it's preserving its energy, using the energy that it has gained, keep your organs from keeping your organs functioning. Eventually, we're sleeping most of the day. And you're thinking, well, that's not going to be me. I'm just going to go in my sleep. Well, yes, we all go in our sleep. Every single one of us. And that's all it is. When we reach that point, and we're making those connections to our Creator, or with whatever is out there, making our pieces, sorting out our life issues, your physical body giving you just enough time to sort itself out. And when you're done, those last electrical impulses surge through your brain. What we feel as spirit leave, and everything fades into darkness. Nobody knows what's next. But yet, if any of us are lucky, we'll have a good 80 to 100 years in this place. And you look all around you, you look at all these different lives, these different individuals. You have to let go of a lot of things and understand that we all end up in the same place. If we're lucky, at home, surrounded by family. But there'll be many of us that'll die alone in a hospital bed. So, what's the point of doing this? Why not? Because there are so many people out there that are going to go to bed tonight. They're not going to wake up to see tomorrow. Me, I can pretty much guarantee that I'm one of the lucky ones. I'll get my 4 to 6 hours of sleep, wake up, and have at it tomorrow. There are people out there that I won't. And the ages, from all ages, from, believe it or not, I hate saying it, from infants, the unborn, all the way to the elderly that are on their deathbeds. So I just see many individuals, many people out there. Instead of taking a step back and actually trying to put into perspective who you really are, even, as the individual, as the family unit. All of this came from a single point in time, point in space, a point in a void. All from one spot. And all the trillions of galaxies and planets that are out there that we don't even know about yet. Think about how lucky you are right now. You have the capability to think about it. We don't know if there's anyone else out there that can. So, hug your kids, hug your significant others, wave to your neighbor. Talk to your parents if you still have them. Your siblings. No matter what, as corny as it sounds, if you love somebody, tell them. Because you don't know when you're not going to be able to, you're not going to know, or won't even know if and when you'll be able to tell them again. On that. Yeah. Told you this one was going to be a little different. And yeah. So just a little more perspective. Try to have some. Especially when you go to a grocery store, you know, wherever. You go to the restaurant, sit down. Every single person you are surrounded by every single day is different. They have different needs, different wants, different beliefs. I'm sure there's some similarities there someplace. These individuals are their own lives. And it's amazing. It is simply amazing. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. But one last thing. If you want to do something and you have the courage to do it, as long as it's legal, do it. You're just going to regret it if you don't. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for listening today and watching. We'll be back at it again soon. And I love you guys. Talk to you soon.